Hey besties, it's me, Jazzy Mac, and I have another super cool work from home opportunity. Yes, this is also going to be no phones. Yes, it's for Starbucks, and this is going to be obviously not for being like a barista or working in a store, but this is going to be more on the business side and also the technical side. So we have 3 different roles that we're going to take a look at today. And of course, I always like to do a resume demonstration to show you all what hot words I would put on my resume to help it get in front of those recruiters. And of course, we'll also be talking about salary. Now, everything that I'm going to show you in the resumes is definitely going to be down in the description box. If you want to use the same template, you are more than welcome to use it. And let's get started. So for all of you people that have said, Jazzy, I don't have a ton of technical experience. I really need to know how to get my foot in the door. All I've done is work in a call center before, or maybe you say all I've done is work retail. Well, this job is going to be perfect for you. It is a service desk analyst role. And I do want to point out that it says Seattle or remote. Some of you may know that the headquarters of Starbucks is in Seattle, but it is fully remote, fully eligible for you to work anywhere in the U.S. And it may actually be international because Starbucks does have locations in several other countries. Now, I want to point out that the end date for this is November 27th. So you probably want to jump on this immediately and get your resume submitted immediately if you're serious about this role. Now, this role pays between $22 and $38 per hour. And yes, a bonus is possible for you, sometimes in the form of, a huge sign-on bonus, or it could be in the form of like a quarterly bonus. But the point is up to $38 per hour. That is really well for a work from home service desk analyst. Now, it says this job contributes to Starbucks' success by acting as the first point of contact within the service desk for technical issues for end users in retail locations. You will respond to routine hardware and software problems and or questions from retail locations, regional offices, and roasting plants. So what that basically means in a nutshell is if there is an issue, let's say with the cash register at the Starbucks store in your city, and they say, I can't get this thing to work, it's having some sort of technical issue, they probably either call a number or they would submit a ticket to have someone kind of troubleshoot that machine. This is just an example. So you would see the ticket come in. It would say the POS machine isn't working. You'd send like a remote signal to it to restart it or reboot the system. And then you email them back or, chat them back and say, hey, try it now. And they say, oh my goodness, it works. You saved the day. So it could be that sort of situation, or it could be someone saying, hey, I can't get into my Starbucks account. It's locked. Could you reset it so that I can get back into my account? So this isn't like heavy, complex systems or anything like that. And again, as it says here, you're providing technical support for computer systems, software, and hardware, and you're going to document the problems and the troubleshooting steps in the service desk tools in accordance with Starbucks attendance, contact, and service centers. So first level troubleshooting on hardware systems and answering questions and providing technical solutions. All this stuff you'll obviously be trained in. But the basic qualifications is simply to have experience in a call center or customer support environment. So if you've worked in, again, I always say, if you even worked at the Verizon store as, a customer service agent, if you worked in collections, you worked in just any call center making outbound calls, obviously clearly you're a great fit for this. And the knowledge base and ticketing system is something that you would have learned how to use in any call center, or experience using a retail point of sale system. That is a fancy way of saying a cash register. So yes, if you worked at McDonald's or Burger King and you worked as a cashier, you were using a retail point of sale system. So that means that you already have that familiarity with using different types of hardware and software systems. So do not discount your experience if you worked at McDonald's, because you are still highly qualified for this job because you've used those different systems. Now, I just want you to communicate clearly and be able to work in a fast-paced environment, have great customer service, blah, blah, blah. So this, again, is a really, really great role for those of you that say, hey, I kind of want to get out of customer service and I think I want to go into more IT. And this falls under the IT and engineering support. So if you want to go the IT route or go into engineering, this is a great sort of entry-level job. Now, the next job I'm going to show you is obviously going to be very similar. It is a service desk analyst role, but it is for a senior. So someone that has a little bit more experience, either in the call center environment or, some sort of technical support environment. And this role pays up to $49 per hour. So $27 to $49 per hour. Yes, it's bonus eligible. And also the responsibilities are going to be the exact same. And this is where having a really great resume comes in, because when you're talking about the difference between getting a senior role versus, a regular role or a junior role, it's going to be a matter of what you put in your resume. So let me just show you. If we were going, let me do the resume demonstration. And again, I have to give this disclaimer. Do not copy this resume word for word or lie about professional experience, because you could be dismissed or banned from a job if you're being dishonest. Please only use this template as a general formatting guide to outline your truthful work history and knowledge. All right, boom, there goes dynamite. We can get rid of that. So if you were someone that worked as a call center agent or analyst, let's say for DirecTV, your professional summary would just highlight that you're a passionate IT analyst with experience in incident management, escalations, customer advocacy, and team management. And then we'd like to throw in a line about you wanting to help scale the Starbucks operation and improve service desk efficiency. So we know that when it comes to ticketing systems, we either want to have some sort of experience in Zendesk, Jira, Remedy, ServiceNow. If you've ever worked in a call center, you've probably used at least one of these before. So those would be some of the hot words that you may want to put in your resume based on your experience. And then, of course, incident management, that was also in the job description. Technical support was in the job description, knowledge base, and service desk and POS system, all hot words that were found in the job description. And of course, you could highlight some of your experience using those hot words as well, just making sure we call out words like tickets, troubleshooting, first level support, and hardware and software, because those all appeared in the job description. Now, if you were applying for the senior role that we just talked about, the one that pays a little more, it would probably be really helpful based on your truthful experience if you called out that you were a senior at your previous job. So if you were anything like tier 2 or tier 3, or you were the team that other tickets got escalated to, then you could very well be identified as a senior or be eligible to be a senior in this Starbucks role. So that's our high-level overview. Again, this is going to be down below in the description box. I have the general templates, and then I also have this one, which you can use as an example. So let's go to our third and final role, and this is going to be a much more higher paying role. This is going to be the business systems analyst role, okay? And again, I do want to point out that it is remote, so please ignore anything that you see about Seattle. You can work anywhere in the US and possibly outside of the US. Now, the pay range for this is 63 to 106,000 annually. So that's a little over like 53, 54 per hour is what you may be eligible for. Now, it says, as a business systems analyst in the shared services business systems, your focus will be supporting SuccessFactors, Employee Central, and SAP HR applications. Now, this is a very fancy way of saying you're going to be the middleman. You're going to be the person who works in conjunction with the HR team on one side, and then there's going to be an IT or technical team on the other side. And you're going to be basically just the liaison that passes on information between those two departments. And it says you're going to work with IT to troubleshoot production issues and to deliver system enhancements through requirements gathering and refinement. So the whole systems enhancement thing is going to come from the IT team, and you would be delivering any type of updates via email or via chat to the HR team. So you're just this glorified middleman, a very high paid middleman, if I might add. So they say they want you to have some functional experience with systems, including SuccessFactors, SAP HR, payroll, self-service, and applicant tracking. Don't get intimidated by this. If you've ever filled out a job application, you understand what applicant tracking is. If you've ever had to go in and type like your goals for the year, sometimes when there's a performance review, you'll go into SuccessFactors and you'll type in what your goals are, or what your objectives are for that year. That's what this is. So don't be intimidated by these different types of systems. Everybody uses them. Sometimes they just have different names for them. But again, they're not requiring you to have a whole lot of experience in anything other than these up here, which obviously, hint, hint, these are going to be hot words. So if you have experience in those, or if you've ever taken any type of, training class on them at some point, then these are very hot words. And proficiency in Microsoft Office Suite is another one that I would certainly highlight on my resume. I do want to point out that this job ends November 30th, and there's going to be some time off for Thanksgiving. So I would absolutely not delay in submitting my application. And again, if you wanted to use the templates, they are in the description box. So please make sure that you highlight the words out here, such as, HR and SuccessFactors. Those are obviously going to be hot words as well. Troubleshooting production issues, things of that nature. So you guys kind of have the hang of this. Now, that is going to be all for today. You all let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to answer your questions, and let me know what other videos you would like to see in the future. Until the next time, I will see you later. Bye.